Hello, everybody. Good morning. I hope those of you that are here now also were hanging out this morning with my good friend Rick and I. Hi, Hutch. Hutch, you're zooming in on everybody's YouTubing today. So we're all waiting patiently for the super wonderful eclipse. And I figure, hi, Deborah. I figured I would do a pick a card and I would do it live. I decided I was going to do this live. I got up early today. Today's a mellow, chill kind of planning day for me. But I figured we would do this live. We're going to use the Phantasma Tarot. This is a cool deck. And what we're gonna hi Prima. I saw your comment before and I didn't want to interrupt Rick. So thank you so much for being a good chatter in our stream over there in the morning. I don't want to ever step on Rick. So for 3:30 in the afternoon. Oh, nice. Good morning and good afternoon, Michelle. Michelle. All right, so we're going to do pick a card. This pile, let me bring up my card view, make it easier for you guys to see what I am talking about. So this pile is going to be if your nerves are jangled and you're freaking out like I've been the last few days with earthquakes and all kinds of craziness and dogs getting injured and whatnot. Raven is feeling better today. She is walking around quite well. She did come down in the basement despite me not wanting her to, but she came down. So this will be if your nerves are frazzled. This is kind of coalescing your anxieties and your spiritual self. And then this one is going to be for that abundance that we were talking about today. We talked about abundance is not just monetary abundance, physical possessions, those kinds of things. We can have spiritual abundance, abundance of love, abundance of people in our lives, abundance of support. So we want to look at this one for abundance. And this one, of course, is going to be our romance with our rose quartz up there. So I hope everybody's having a good day. Yeah, Deborah, poor little Raven. She did not come up on the bed last night. She stayed on the floor, but she did make her way over to the orthopedic vet. So that was a good thing. Those of you that are new, Raven is our border collie. And sometimes she forgets that she's getting older and she has a little bit of an injury. So let's do this. We're going to do 3 piles. 1, 2, 3. So this is for my people that are anxious, not feeling great, a little bit uneasy with all of the astrological stuff that's going on. And we're going to split the deck 3 times because I always do that. It was a really shallow deck. Let's see what we got. Yo, Mel here. Hi, Mel. So those of you that are feeling some anxiety, we got the 5 of Swords here. I'm going to come down just a wee bit so you guys can see a wee bit better. This deck is really beautiful, but it's really lightly colored. It's a lot of watercolor. So the 5 of Swords, this is you're thinking about too many things. You've got too many things rattling around in your head. Again, we're talking about the anxieties on this one. And basically what you need to do is silo all of those things. Hi, Angela Rose over on Facebook. How are you? So this is about getting instead of coalescing everything that's going on in your life, this is about siloing it, putting it into different departments. How do we do that? We'll pull a card from the middle. We get the King of Swords. Sometimes you can't be the captain of everything that you're thinking about. Sometimes you do have to kind of step aside and say, there's a better brain to handle this. Sometimes you do have to outsource some of your anxiety. So I know in the United States, we have tax day coming up. One of my friends just texted me that she's working on her kids' taxes and she wished she knew how to do them so she could just do them herself. That's something I don't want to get involved in. So outsourcing is not a bad thing. Giving over some of those things will relieve you to be creative about how you problem solve through some of the other issues that you can handle. So this is kind of the knowing when you are not enough, knowing when you are not a professional enough to handle things and to outsource them. Now, if you're experiencing severe anxiety, severe distress, this would be the call where you call in a therapist. You start to talk to somebody who's a professional. I am not a professional therapist, but I am fully engaged with people that go to therapy. I've been drinking tea for 6 hours, so today is a great day. So that's what with anxieties, this is what I'm going to tell you guys. If you're experiencing anxiety, be sure to enlist a professional that will take on the burdens of that. So if it's your taxes, get an accountant. If it's your car, don't struggle with it. Don't try and fix it. Gregopedia spent the last couple of days trying to fix our printer after I had told him I already problem solved through it and the thing is done. We got to get a new one. So don't trouble your mind with that. So let's see about the people that are struggling with attracting abundance, whatever those items may be. People that are attracting abundance, don't stress out. So this is the thing. When we're doing manifestation, this is the 9 of Swords here. When we're manifesting and trying to bring things to us, magnetize things to us, like will attract like. So if you want to attract people that are interesting, people that are high thinking, you have to be high thinking. You can't be like sitting in the mud, cross-legged, like, oh, I just want to hang out with them, PhDs. That's not going to happen. You have to attract like. Manifesting is something, and I'm really, it's a really hard line advice from me. You cannot manifest by wishing. Wishing is a totally different thing. If you want to sit there and wish that things are going to come to you, they're not going to come to you. You have to strategically manifest them energetically and also work on the terrestrial plane to bring those things to you. So if you want to make $1 million, you're not going to make it sitting in front of your TV watching The Price is Right. You're going to make it by making efforts to do it. The universe will put high sales in your way. They will, hook you up with that kind of stuff. So manifesting is not worrying about things and bringing them to you. It's about being there, seeing yourself ready. There are studies with athletes that they did where some athletes did traditional workouts, some watched traditional workouts and traditional games, and then others did a combination of both. And the ones that just watched were the ones that wound up performing much better on the system of tests that they put out. So the idea is that thinking about things, that's right, Grumpy Sapper, come on down. Thinking about things, concentrating on them, imagining them, visualizing them, will bring them to you. So as long as you're in the right mindset. So not worrying about things. That's not how we get things to us. We do have to really work on the visualization. Once you get your ducks in a row, this Wheel of Fortune comes into play, and the Wheel of Fortune is going to roll better things toward you. You're going to get some interesting things. And also the Star, you have to maintain hope. So Joe Dispenza says in one of his meditations, the manifesting new situations or new things, he says the universe will bring things to you in a way that is right for you. He has you ask that at the end of your meditation. And that is really great. You can't just say, well, I want to win $1 million. Like we all want to win $1 million. Does everybody get that? No, I'm sure the over under on people that are wishing for $1 million and the ones that are actually getting it are totally different. So keeping up the hope, making sure that you maintain this positive mindset and you attack any obstacles with a positive mindset, you are going to get along much, much further. So clear picture, ask, Rick Paul has the best thing he ever says, Amazon.spirit. He asks Amazon.spirit for stuff and it gets delivered, but you have to be very specific as to what you order. You have to say that. And I agreed with him and said, there's a lot of people out there that say, I really want to be in a relationship. And then they get in a really crummy relationship. And they're like, why am I in a really crummy relationship? The universe threw me a dud. The universe threw you a relationship. You didn't specify if you wanted a great one. You didn't specify if you wanted someone to play pickleball with. You specified a relationship. They gave you a relationship. Order fulfilled. So speaking of that, let's go over to our beautiful rose quartz here. And we are going to give some advice to our friends and lovers. So people that are looking for love, the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords thinks of creative ways to do things differently. So this would be, going to the supermarket after, a big game lets out. Maybe you're going to run into some guys there. Maybe going to, a packaged goods store right before a major holiday, something like that. If you're trying to attract a guy who likes to barbecue and drink beer. For my people in outside of the United States, packaged goods stores, packies, are liquor stores here. That's where we buy our liquor. So some people call them packies, some people don't. But thinking outside the box, and this is thinking outside the box and thinking beyond the box are really, really great skills to have when you're trying to manifest either a relationship or something in your life. So if you are looking for love, sometimes you got to think outside the box. You got to do what other people aren't doing. Don't swipe. Don't go to the apps like that. Go to a spiritual center. Go to a church, a temple. Go talk to a matchmaker. I would have loved for my parents to have engaged a matchmaker when I was of age to get married. They would have saved me a lot of aggravation. It would have been great. I actually did have one guy. I was teasing him and he was trying to get me to go out with him. And I said, oh, send my dad a resume. And he did. He sent my dad his resume. My dad goes, why did this guy send this to me? And I was like, oh my God, he wants to go on a date with me. He was like, oh, okay. So, you never know. Sometimes thinking outside the box is a really good thing. But thinking beyond the box. So this Page of Swords comes up with some really good ideas. He's throwing spaghetti at the wall in a somewhat intellectual fashion. He's not doing it just recklessly, but he is throwing some things at the wall. So we do want to do that. So let's see what else he can do. The Hangman. The Hangman's about learning from your past experiences, learning from your past mistakes, things that you really just screwed the pooch. That's another American phrase. So having that Hangman in the reverse, which makes him complicated because he's already in reverse. This is not hanging on to the sins of the past. So, the universe will give us the same individual time and time again if there's a specific thing that we're supposed to be learning from that person, from that interaction, that relationship interaction. So, we do have to be careful of red flags and those kinds of things. But this card suggests that maybe we throw caution to the wind a little bit. If we're thinking outside the box, we should be throwing caution to the wind a little bit. So let's try and do that and not brand everyone with all of our bad things. And the Five of Wands in reverse is being in very chaotic situations. So you never know. The Five of Wands can be, riot and scary situations like that. It can be like that. So, for me, with all the weird stuff that's been going on here in New Jersey and across the United States, maybe that's a situation where, there's a crisis or a disaster and you get an opportunity to buddy up with somebody and hang out with somebody. Find your true love in the middle of a disaster. So there we go. There we go. So now I'm going to open it up for questions. While this is pick a card, I am going to open it up for questions, thoughts. If you want a reading, I will do it because it's an eclipse day and I can't find my eclipse glasses. We're going to switch up decks too. This one's a little bit hard to see. So we'll just put this one back in the bowl. Back in the bowl. Edwina, back in the bowl. Just cleaning this out. And and I am trying to, there we go. Watch what's going on in real time. That is not working. Close that up. All right, let me get back down to these comments, guys. I only have like the last comment is Grumpy Sapper. Everybody's just kind of watching. Oh, 10 minutes with no comments. That's odd. So let's do a little bit of fun stuff. Take out the Cosmic Tarot. Everybody likes this deck too. Cosmo. Like legit, Cosmo magazine. This is from. So if you have questions, you can ask them. And I didn't even put up. There we go. You can ask questions if you want, people. The psycho is in. Psychic. I'm losing subscribers again, too, guys. Really, really, such a bummer. So let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to pull up my news feed and we'll see what's going on in the news. Oh my goodness. We actually had a bunch of celebrities pass away today. So Michael Ward from the guitarist from the Wallflowers passed away. Complications of diabetes. And who was it? The guy from Firehouse? He passed away today. So something else. And there was something about oh, here he is. Casey Benjamin passed away. He was the saxophonist. He played on a lot of R&B, jazz, hip hop. He was only 45, so that's alarming. And I don't like it when I see that celebrities are passing away. Oh boy. 45 is claiming all kinds of stuff. Greta Thunberg was detained by Dutch police. Hi, Penny. Hi, Penny. Looks like Pootie. Stephen Colbert is mourning the loss of his assistant, passed away. There are crazy things going on. So let's do this. Let's take a look. Take a look at this 45-46 beef. So 45 is claiming, and we're open for readings. All right, so there we go. Anybody wants to get in on the action. So 45 and 46 are in an incredible beef. Those of you outside of the United States know what I'm talking about. Joe Biden and the other guy. So 45 is claiming that 46 was on a certain amplifying substance during his State of the Union. Let's see how this is going to work out. First of all, was it true? Let's see if it was true. Let's see if it was true. 10 of Swords, 8 of Cups, 2 of Swords, Ace of Swords. So what this is telling me, we're going to come up a little bit. Bubble us, not to make you seasick. We got a lot of swords here. Swords are usually needles, those kinds of things, surgery, those kinds of things. Justice on the bottom, they needed to balance him out. They needed to bring him back up. And the star, this was like a falling star, like psh, it was going to go bright and hard and then fizzle out. The 10 of Swords, he was a lame duck when they started. Lame duck is something else in politics, but he was pretty schmoopy before they got started. 8 of Cups, they had to move him away from that. They didn't care. Then came the double whammy of some kind of vitamin boost that they gave him. But it looks like they gave him a little too much, and he was a little too sparky. So I don't think it's the cocaína that 45 is talking about. I think it is a vitamin concoction that they gave him. But is this going to come out? Is this going to come out? Are we ever going to get the truth about this? Are we going to get the truth about this? Judgment, Hangman, 3 of Wands, the Devil, 8 of Swords. So I have a feeling they're going to blame this on, if it does get outed, I think they're going to blame it on a need for this certain medication, that he has a certain ailment or something that he needs to have this. So I think that's what they're going to say. They're going to like almost shame 45 for bringing it up because it's a violation of HIPAA or something like that. I think they're going to try and go that route. They're going to say this is something that he cannot get off of, that he has to do it, and that greater minds have been working on this to keep him healthy and well. So, 8 of Swords, again, the Devil and the 8 of Swords, he's locked into this. And the Knight of Cups, he just wants to do his job. He just wants to do his job. He just wants to be a part of what he started. So, is it going to affect the re-election? Will it have an effect on the re-election? Temperance, 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups in reverse, the Star in reverse, and the Fool in reverse. We have dominant energy, 7 of Wands, and underneath the 9 of Pentacles. So underneath it all, he is protected with that 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is the kept woman, the lady behind the walled garden. She is well protected, well taken care of, and sacrifices some of her freedom, the ability to speak in some cases, for that protection. The 7 of Wands up top, they're really trying to balance the behind closed doors versus the out front persona. They're trying to balance those two out. And Temperance is, again, they're balancing out the good and the bad in him. They're trying to make sure that they keep things status quo at work. Is this going to work for re-election? 2 of Cups, I think everyone's made up their mind. It does not look like the future is looking good in terms of public opinion. And here, the Fool in reverse, he is just arrogantly proceeding forward. This looks like the public has his number and kind of knows what's what. But this tells me that there are bigger things at work here. So we're going to leave that as it may before I have sedans out in my driveway. And we're going to take a look at Penny. Thank you for your contribution, Miss Penny. I hope you are well today. Let's see what's up for Penny today. Six of Swords in reverse, Four of Wands in reverse, Two of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, King of Swords in reverse, and we have the Death card in reverse as the dominant energy, and the King of Pentacles in reverse as the undercover energy here. What is going on with you, Penny? That Six of Swords is unable to escape from a situation. The Four of Wands is at home. The Two of Pentacles is trying to find a pathway out, not certain which way is going to be the best way to safety. So this Six of Swords, when we get that in the upright, what this is we're having trouble finding our way out of a situation. This feels like an argument that is imminent. I apologize, but it does feel like an argument that's imminent. Trying to, and it's the same argument over and over again. We're in this, the death card, the death spiral, we can call it. We're kind of stuck in this death spiral that's going around and around. Melanie, I'll get to you in just a second, honey. Thanks so much. Stick around. So we're in a spin here. Part of the issue is that there is a level of commitment from someone that is not being seen through, if that makes sense to you. So there's someone that should be more committed to these new pathways than they are, and they're just very resistant. Almost feels like there's like a level of arrogance here, like, well, I'm going to have 1 foot here and 1 foot here, and I'm not going to really commit to anything that you want to do because it's not where I want to wind up. But he's not saying where he wants to wind up. So, how do we get out of this death spiral? How do we get out of this? How do we get out of this? So no arguments today. It's an eclipse day. Shouldn't be arguing about anything. Five of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Swords, and then the King of Cups. The Hierophant, and the Five of Wands. So I just want to have that Five of Swords. Let me clean up this real estate so we can see a little bit better. That'll help everybody. There we go. Hierophant. This is like a little mini spread that I did. So with that Five of Swords in reverse, we're still really doubling down on the argument. We want to make sure that we don't, overdo it with that argument. We don't want to beat the dead horse. You can say what you need to say and then let the universe take over from there, because someone will either change their mind or become very stubborn. Now, this says stick to your guns. Make sure that you stick to your guns on this one. Say what you need to say and then leave it. You don't have to keep arguing about it. You don't have to keep going for broke. That will turn this one around and make him very sweet with that beautiful pink moon there. The Five of Wands, we still may not have cohesive ideas about moving forward, how the next steps we're going to take, but you can negotiate that once the walls are broken down and once everyone stops being stubborn. The Hierophant here, neither of you are in charge. As much as both of you would like to be in charge, neither of you are in charge. Both of you are kind of saying what you're going to say, but not chiefing the situation. So, Penny, if that makes sense, send me an email. Send me an email if that makes sense, because I'm curious if we need to sit down and have a bigger conversation, you and I. All right. So, again, everybody, as always, if you would like to get a more in-depth private reading with me, you can do so at the link in the description of this video. I may be doing a sale this weekend. Thinking about doing a sale. So, not sure if I will, not sure if I won't, but we will see. We will see. Oh, wait, come back. Where'd it go? There we go. All right. So, Melanie, you are welcome, Penny. Thank you so much, honey bunny. So, Melanie. You know what we're going to do? I'm actually going to use a different deck for you. I have a different deck for this. And it was handy dandy. It was right here. So this is my Antique Anatomy deck. It's super cool. It is all anatomy, antique anatomy photos, botany photos. Very, very cool. So let's see. How is Melanie doing on her job hunt? Okay, Melanie, I'm not sure if this is you that I'm seeing or if it's someone you're interviewing with. They're wearing a suit. It's a woman, medium height, probably between like 5'5" and 5'8", darker hair, shorter hair, and wearing like either a raspberry or a reddish colored suit. Now that's not typical. You're not really supposed to wear red to job interviews. I disagree with this. I will walk in a red suit, like not Santa, but I will walk in red and rock it. I think if there's a level of confidence that you have, but this particular woman, it is like a two-piece suit, like a jacket and a like pencil skirt or a skirt sort of thing, and a white shirt. And she likes you very much. She was very keen on you. So if you interviewed with anybody like that and they haven't followed up with you, I would follow up with them. She's very keen on you. Always wear red, wifey says. So let's see what's going on. Let's see what kind of opportunities we have coming out there. And Melanie, if you didn't watch this morning, Rick and I were talking about manifestation, manifesting abundance. You can manifest abundance in job selections, job opportunities. You can go over there and it's like a 4-step process. So if you go over there and watch our video from this morning, I think you can employ some things to help you out. So I don't want to just focus on this one woman. I want to focus on you, sweetie pie. All right, so we have got Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, the 10 of Coins. This is very, very promising. The 9 of Coins, also very promising, and the 2 of Wands. So up here, we have the Sun in reverse. Down here, we have the Magician in reverse. So under the surface, let's start under the surface, because this Magician tells me that there may be something on your resume that you need to zhuzh up a little bit, or there may be something that you need to change around. Friend of mine taught me a very cool trick. You can, if you find a job listing that you like, I don't know if this is cheating. If you find a job listing that you like, you can put the description of the job interview at the bottom, like in a footnote on your resume, and then turn the font white. And that way it will hit all of those trigger the bots that are reading the resumes. It will trigger that and get them through. So this is like if you're applying to corporate environment that's getting thousands of submissions for a single position. So it's a way to get past that bot and actually get in front of a person. It's one of the challenges of people in the modern world. It's not a matter of having a really spectacular resume. It's a matter of having the hang on one second, Deb. I'll find it for you. It's a matter of having the right words on your resume that will trigger it. So antique Anatomy tarot deck. Hang in there, Debs. I'll send it over to you in just a second. If anybody wants to get this deck. Getting it. This is an Amazon affiliate link, so I may get a fee or commission at no additional cost to you. So if you purchase through the link. So it's a great deck. I love this deck. This deck actually talks to you like your dad. This gives like real dad advice, like very straightforward, no flowery, no emotional. It's very logical, very straightforward. So so that being said, with this Magician in reverse, there's something on your resume. Yeah, try it. If it's a hack, I think it's a hack. I don't think it's cheating, unless you were going to put 27 things like this is the greatest person ever and they have a PhD in rocket science. You're going to put false stuff on there. But the trick is type it all in there like in a footnote and then make it white, and just use like some of the trigger words or the important things. If there are systems, if they list a bunch of systems on the job listing that they'd like you to use, Microsoft Works, Slack, any of those things, you can put that in there. You can absolutely put that in there, and that way they'll be able to get it through the bot. That's really the main point of it. It's not faking your resume. It's just getting you through the bots that screen those resumes, which can be quite challenging if you're looking in corporate. So that being said, we have not only a new beginning here with the elixir, which is the cups, the Ace of Cups, and the blades. These are new beginnings, and they're contrary. So the cups, the new beginning in cups, is a new emotional thing. You're going to get very excited about it. It's going to feel very good. You're going to the minute you find this job listing, the minute you do an interview, you're going to feel really, really good about it. You're going to be like, this is great. This is my dream job. This is where I've always wanted to be. And it's going to be intellectually stimulating and not easy. I want to tell you this. This position is going to be very rewarding and not easy. So be prepared to roll up your sleeves and work. It's going to take a little bit of time to get here because we've got this sun in reverse. But once we get there, we have the 10 of coins, which is everything's great. We're feeling good. Everything is settled. They're going to be paying you a sufficient amount of money for the work that you're doing, and they are also going to take care of you. So there may be some tuition reimbursement. There may be a lot of support for the employees here. It really does sound like a good job. They may offer you a different position. So this happens sometimes where people will interview for a given position, say it's a sales executive, but then they get in there and HR, the person who's interviewing them, says, wow, they really be good in our client relations, retention team, maybe much better. They have some management experience. Maybe they would be better in a management position. So I think you're going to see, once you do the interview, they may actually offer you something more than what the position is, which will be very, very fun and really cool. And that also harkens back to this 10 of coins and the 9 of coins too. This potentially could be a really, really juicy position for you. So get to work on it. What I want you to do, and we talked about this morning with Rick when we're doing, I talked with Rick about it this morning when we were doing Vibe with the Tribe. When we're doing manifestation, what we should, looking for abundance, what we should be doing, and I'm just going to pull up my notes on today. Here we go. So positive thinking, have a really positive approach with it. Oh, thank you, Nana. It was really good today. It was a good day today. So positive thinking about the situation, visualization, describing exactly what you want. Rick has this great way of talking about asking the universe exactly what you want. Be specific. Be specific. I want a job that I can work from home and make $350,000 a year. You know, don't we all? You know, be very specific about it. You know, fertilize that ground with gratitude for everything that you have. So, you know, write down the things that you're happy that you have. This will help to overcome blocks, eliminate a poverty mentality. It will take over. If we start cataloging our wins every day, we start cataloging the good things. If it's in a you know, a printed gratitude journal, that's great. If it's in your own just, you know, blank notebook that you're just writing the things down, that's great too. If you're putting it on Post-its, that's fine as well. Mel from the Fitness Hutch, she's got the Hutchess. She's got me doing my wins on Post-its, and I'm sticking them in different places so that I can remind myself all day long of the wins that I have accomplished during the day. So it's really, really important, you know, have some gratitude, catalog those wins. Also, taking the inspired action. So the inspired action for you, Mel, is going to be you know, zhuzhing up your resume, maybe having a friend look at your resume. One of my best friends is an HR director. So if I ever need a resume looked at, I can always throw it by her and say, hey, how does this look? Does it look stupid? You know, I love the win journal. Yeah, I love that. It's such a great idea, because how many times have you gotten in bed and you're just so exhausted from the day and you just want to like crash out and just fall asleep? You really should embrace that exhaustion or that tiredness with all of the things that you've accomplished that day. And I think it puts you to bed better. I really do think you get a better night's sleep on that. So that, you know, it really is a good thing. Maybe we'll do Rick and I'll do a class on charting your wins and putting them up into the greater universe. One of my things I'm actually thinking about, this is a win for a few weeks from now. I want to paint the ceiling of our bedroom a darker color, because I want to do like the stars from the back of my star tarot. I want to do that up on the ceiling. It's you know, it's a dark blue and it's got like these crazy little sparkly stars on it. So I wanted to do that up on my ceiling. I think it would be pretty cool in our bedroom. And Greg's been saying that the bedroom is a little too bright, even though we have blackout shades, for him to sleep during the day, my vampire husband. So there we go. So Melanie, I think there's good stuff in the works for you. I think you just have to give the universe just a little push, or open the door and let them in, let the crazy stuff in. So, hello, Sonia. So let's do Sonia. Sonia, let's do this. We're going to do a little Lenormand for you. Because everybody likes a little Lenormand, right? We all like it. So let's see what comes up as more important for you. Is it love or is it finances? Let's see who comes up. Maybe we'll get both. Maybe we'll get both. And again, if any of you would like a bigger personal reading, let me know. I still have a sale going on for my students to observe. Oh, Sonia. So that's what's going on with finances. So the little spending is what interfered with your finances. Okay. So my grandfather always used to say, mind the pennies, the dollars will take care of themselves. Oh, let me switch this around. There you go. And that's why I couldn't say it. We're just going to shift everybody this way. Oh, thanks, Sonia. My buddy Steven down at Chop Chop Bang Bang in Asbury Park, he's been doing my hair for almost my entire adult life. Class on Lenormand. Yes, yes, we can do that. Someone from Rhode Island is calling me right now. I will not be answering that. I don't know anyone in Rhode Island. We're on the road to Rhode Island. So, God, that tea is good. So, Sonia, the problem with the money finances in your life is little spending. Okay, so we get a big bunch of money. We get our paycheck. We get that kind of thing, and that provides a situation where we can just kind of save it and put everything together. So what happens is it's the little spending. It's the running out to the store. Oh, I see this cute thing. Oh, I'm at TJ Maxx, or what are they? It's in a they have a different name in England, right? We're at TJ Maxx, and as we're waiting online with our 3 items clutched in our hand, we're grabbing things like lotion and all kinds of stuff off the counter. So as we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. So yeah, we definitely want to make sure. Let me get to my booking page. There we go, booking page. Hang on, kids. Copy and paste. There, that link will take you to my booking page if you would like to book. I've got great stuff going on this week, so plenty of time. So you have to watch out for the small things. And this can be not only just that, there may be some leaks in your bank account. They have those apps where you can look up any of the automatic payments that you have to send out. So that's part of the problem. It's these nickel and dime things that are happening in the moment right now. Locked into this set of not having extra money. Oh, you have a 14-year-old. Yeah, I know. I have a 16-year-old. Yeah. And it's every time I turn around, he needs money. But then he went to a competition this weekend and he had no money. He didn't even ask me. So I was like, why would you go without money? So that you feel locked into this set of circumstances. But wait, the sun is coming out. So I don't know if the sun is this reading telling you to go into your bank account and go look at the automatic payments, those automatic withdrawals that are coming out, subscriptions, those sorts of things. Go in there and do an analysis of what kind of money is there, what kind of money is going out too fast. I'm not a financial counselor, but I will tell you this: it's like working out. You have to move more, eat less. With this situation, you have to spend less and retain more in the account. So that's what's going on. So the lilies and flowers, you've got lilies and flowers. The outlook is bright. The flowers are a gift, so possibly there's going to be some money coming in. I don't know if that's from a tax return or something like that. Be smart with that. You're going to have to take care of that money. That's going to, whatever this money that's coming in, it's a little baby. I want you to take care of it and not let it go all over the place. So any expenses that you have now, you should not apply this I don't want to say windfall because it's not like a lottery winning or anything like that. But the money that's coming in, you should absolutely put on the side for a rainy day and not touch it. Put it in a different bank if you have to. Put it underneath your mattress. Whatever you have to do, put that money aside, because in the future, we don't know. There are things that will come down the road. Your intuition is going to guide you with this moon card. It's going to tell you where to go. You know what, Sonia? No tax return for me either. I know we're going on our 3rd year of no tax return. So super, super annoying. Thanks, American government, for making I've never owed taxes in my life, and we owe taxes every year now. Go figure. So there will be things that will come out when the sun rises again. So just put whatever money you can on the side. If you need to talk to, a budgeting expert, there's plenty of books out there. There's plenty of guys on the internet, on YouTube, that will give financial advice, how to run a household budget. I know, like, one of the most valuable classes that I ever took was household math, and it was in high school, and you basically got like a fake checkbook, and they paid you every Friday, and you had to figure out how to pay your bills. And when you were going to go on vacation. And it was such a great class. It really was. It was very, very small. Bad, good, the moon. Is it bad or good? The moon is what you make of it. So in Lenormand, the moon can be a little bit spooky because it's hidden things, but it's more your intuition bringing to putting up those stop signs, those spiritual stop signs for you. So that is really what that's all about. But yes, if you would like to talk further, you can always email me at fortunecookiesarah@gmail.com. So, wow, been on an hour already. So let me see. Does anybody else have any questions? I'm looking. Melanie, your husband's a grumpy sailor. I'm seeing that. Thought the eclipse was yesterday. What? I think presently it's going to be here. I think 2:00. So let's let me see. Oh, thanks, Nana. It was. I very much love that time. Like Rick was so worried about me, getting up so early for it. And I was like, no, this is like an awesome way to start my week. I love it. I love that. And don't forget Thursday, we're our Psychic News Universe with TD. TD and Deborah are both part of that. So they will both be on there. Tarot Destiny and Deborah Sherland. They are both on that show. Hello, Sue Potter. How are you, Pumpkin? It's been a while. It's been a minute. Let's see, Susie Q. Let me see what I got for you. I give you some big cards. Big cards. So Susie Q, I'm already getting like there's like a coating in your lungs. There's I don't know if you have like a little cold or something, but there's like a coating on your lungs. I want you to pay attention to that. There we go. We'll go up just a little bit more. A little bit's up and down. There we go. These are looking good. A little fortune in reverse, though. So, Susie Q. I don't know if you hate when people call you Susie Q, but finding something on bowel. Okay. All right. So focusing more on the things that are working, the systems that are working correctly is now this is very not traditional medicine. When we have systems that are energetically, when we have systems that are not working optimally, what we need to do is we need to lean on to the systems that are working. There's something about you moving. If you can get on a treadmill and walk for a few minutes and you have doctor's permission, I advise to do so, because what it's going to do is the strength from that system is going to lend itself to the system that is weaker, is going to help you kind of put things back together. The imbalance is the stronger systems and the weaker systems. So that's what's happening here is the weaker system can kind of take over the stronger systems. And so it's going to drag down your whole being energetically. So absolutely go and do some of the Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations. Let me see if I can find one real quick. Let me see. Oop. YouTube, Dr. Joe. There we go. Healing meditation. There it is. Hang on one second, guys, because it's going to start talking in a minute. Oh. Pause. Share. Copy. So for Sue and anybody else, that is a Dr. Joe Dispenza meditation. It's on YouTube. It is 25 minutes. I strongly recommend doing it. He is a super nifty guy, and his meditations are super powerful. They will absolutely help out. So, Sue, if it is crystallizations, crystallizing, absolutely meditation can help. We can actually try and bust those things up ourselves, and then your BP was super high. We can bust up those things. Now, does it work in concert with traditional medicine? Absolutely. I'm not a doctor. I'm absolutely not a doctor. But I do know that positive thought, positive energy that we're pushing to those areas will work. It will work in concert with it. Positive mindset is really ideal. Here, I know that you do feel that your grasp on your physical body is missing. Again, this meditation is going to help you with that, because what he does is he brings you down to an energetic self, and then he brings you back to your body, reprogramming it for better health in the future. It's pretty cool. It's very, very cool. If you do this, look, we've got the wish card here. We've got this 9 of Cups. It's going to work. It's going to help you. It's going to ease you. Wheel of Fortune, we're going to have some things that go back and forth for a little bit. So just be patient. Under the surface, this 5 of Swords sometimes can indicate surgery. It can indicate that we need to go in there and do something. So let's see what the doctors have to say about that. But, oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I was up at 5 today. I was up at 5. So Susie Q, my dear. Brad Wolf. Oh, let me just ban Brad. I'm gonna block Brad. So Brad is a troll over on Facebook. Not a fun person. I don't know why he keeps showing up, but fortunately StreamYard lets me block him here. So Suze, I'm sure it's been a scary week. You're on the Discord, so you can always private message me if you need anything. I'm here for you, honey. Okay. I got a little bit of a crazy week, but not super crazy. So Paula, my darling, thank you so much. Let's do this. What are we doing? General love. Okay. All right. So Paula, so we've got the 2 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, the Tower card underneath, and 9 of Wands in reverse, the Page of Wands up top and the Judgment card in reverse in your future. So basically what this is you're realigning what goals you would like in a relationship. It has been some time, honey bunny. We're glad to see you here, Paola. So you're realigning the goals and the wish list that you have for, oh my God, can TD, can you get rid of Dr. Mummy? Please. Ew, Dr. Mummy. So got trolls in here. Wow, crazy. Trolls are out for the eclipse day. So I think that this is a great thing. And so I think one of the things that you should do if you are going to do like a manifestation notebook, like I was talking about earlier, you can actually write down, the description. That was how I wound up with my husband. I was with two of my friends, both of them were retired law enforcement, and we were having some wine, two guys. And I was like, oh, I'm never going to date anybody again. Oh, I have two kids and I'm going to be alone forever. Blah, blah, blah. And they were like, make a list, make a wish list of what you want. I made a wish list and it was really long. And they took one look at it. They both started laughing. They go, you're never going to date anybody again. Well, Greg actually hit everything except for two items on there. One was that he doesn't have any tattoos. And I wanted somebody who was tattooed more than me. And the other one, I can't even remember what it was. So I guess it was a negotiable, but, basically you're trying to figure out what you will put up with. And I think that this is a good thing. I think it's a good idea to do that. In the past, you have let your guard down. And this, I always call this card the suitcase card. So in the suitcase card, what I tell people is go back into your past. And sometimes there are things that we need to unpack from our suitcase. And sometimes we need to pack things. Like sometimes there may be a courageous little girl in your past and you need to go in the back and pack some of her courage to bring into the future with you. I know for me, I was completely fearless when I was younger. And so it really is important for me to remember to go back into the past and find that courage and bring it forward. So for you, you do need to let your guard down a little bit. This is something that, will bring more people, bring more guys to the yard. Your milkshake will bring, not the milkshake that other crazy person is talking about. So, letting your guard down, but not, not just kind of flopping into a crazy relationship and going, oh, well, I'm just going to deal with it and see what happens, what people are like. Be cautious, have good judgment, but also the Judgment card in reverse says to hold back your judgment. Wait until you really know someone. Wait until you really get an appreciation of who they are before you discount them. So this sometimes is someone who may not look like the guy that you like or the gal that you like. It may not come in the package that you're used to. You may see a package that's very different. You may discount them out of hand, or it may be something circumstantial, like the person is currently living with a friend because they sold their house, and they're not going to tell you all the details, but maybe there's something else at play there. They're going to buy another house, but currently they're living with their mom. Can be a little bit awkward like that. Up here, Page of Wands, you are just at the beginning of generating all of this good creative work. So I really think doing the wish list, doing the manifestation list is going to be beneficial to you. And it's something that I want you to revisit every night. I want you to go back there and say, okay, is this still working for me? Make the checklist for this ideal person. And some days you might go, you know what? It really doesn't matter if they like dogs or cats. I really don't care. Like they can like dogs or cats. They don't have to be specifically a cat person or specifically a dog person. You may find somebody, say you have a cat and they have a dog, and you may find out that your cat and dog became the best of friends. You have love options, but the guys are young. All right. So that's why this is so important, that you're figuring out the non-negotiables and the negotiables. Okay. Oh, wifey's got a snake in her yard. Wifey, you're supposed to be resting. You just had an injury. So down here, this Tower card is something that's going to shake you up. It's hanging out. This is, the wifey's got a snake in the grass. This is like secret dude hanging out in the wings. So this is your Phantom of the Opera is hanging out in the wings. He's waiting to pop out. But this is going to be somebody that's very different from what you're used to. And you're going to be looking in the opposite direction because they're not the package that you're used to seeing. So if it is someone young, if it is someone who's at a different place, you may discount them right out of hand, but they may be a really, really good catch. So, pay attention to the signs, make sure that any red flags, anyone who comes in charging with a red flag, you definitely don't want to deal with them. But letting that guard down, letting people in is a good thing. Reserve judgment on what they look like, reserve judgment on what they are, what kind of position they're in at this point. You may have a diamond in the rough coming your way. So this dark horse, let's just see. I'm curious about this dark horse. We're going to call this person Dark Horse, the one who's waiting in the wings and just kind of watching. Dark horse indeed. So that one's got some growing up to do. This one that's waiting in the wings, kind of watching. Super, super romantic, and is going to seem like he answers all of your prayers. Like this is sad. So I don't want to say he's a gaslighter or something like that. I definitely don't want to, throw him under the proverbial bus like that. But he is going to so TD, I see that ELO. I just found out that my daughter's boyfriend's favorite band is ELO. And I was never so happy. I was like, oh, that's great. He's prog rocker. I love that. So our dark horse is going to be a little bit emotional, not equipped to handle you not being the mommy. I hate to say it, but when he's in a relationship, he's all in. He's probably not like me. Like I would go on a date with somebody when I was younger and I'd be like, all right, we're in a relationship now. And they'd be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, let's go surfing. Let's go to a show. And they'd be like, slow down. And, then they would come along for the ride anyway, because that was really fun when I was younger. But so this guy is going to be talking the talk, walking the walk. Oh, I adore you. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. He's going to make you feel great. But he is not equipped. Like if you have to stay late at work, he's going to automatically go to well, what about me? What about me? How come you're not here? We had plans. Like just tell him to go F off. Like he will do things like that. He's not going to be very understanding. Likewise, when it comes to family stuff, he's not going to be understanding too. So if you have to extend yourself for a family member or something, you may run into some issues with him. So I would just be careful. This is not someone who's going to elevate you, put you up on a pedestal, take care of you. He's also not at the point in his life where he's real hungry about earning money. He's not thinking about his future, thinking about getting his ducks in a row, and he's not thinking about like retirement or putting money away. He's just kind of cruising through life, going very quick. And I don't think that he is dumb, but I think he is opposed to filling his intellectual cup. So I think that's something that he would benefit from learning now. He needs to really find subjects that he's interested in and do a little bit more. Dark horse is a little concerning. I think he's, the thing is with these dark horses, sometimes they're real good in one room of the house and not real good in the other one. So He may be real good in one room in the house. I think we know what room that is. So, yeah, I would just, he's got a lot of growing up to do. So if you want to help him grow up, this might be a project boyfriend. But if not, maybe better to kind of keep this one at an arm's distance, so to speak. So yeah, so there it is. So but a lot of fun, would be a lot of fun, just maybe not for forever. So all right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up because I think I am going to do a live later. I am not sure if I have a meeting tonight. I think I might have a meeting tonight. I could be wrong. We may have something for band, but I could be completely wrong. Oh wait, Sue Potter. I'm not going anywhere. I'll stick around. Hang on. There we go. Sue Potter. So Paula, thank you. Thank you. I was going to wrap it up and say thank you, but then Sue Potter jumped back in. You are welcome, Paula. I appreciate you too. I appreciate all of my viewers. You guys are so much fun. And with the puppy sitting last week, I really wasn't on and I felt terrible about it. And then Raven got hurt and I was like, I just want to get back to work. And so today I am back to her. Oh, Susie, I love you too. All right. So, a card for Bob. His hand is going unusable again. Ooh, okay. Surgery on his neck. Let me do the little deck because we'll do something different here. Here's Bob's head. Here's his heart. We got one arm, other arm. Actually, we're gonna do that, and then we've got neck and spine. We'll do 3 of these, and we'll do some feet. And we'll adjust my camera here. Sometimes it's easier to adjust my camera, and sometimes it's easier just to leave it like that. So I made a little man for you, Susie Q. So, all right. So up here in the head, we've got the 4 of Cups. I'll bring it over here. 4 of Cups. And so we're kind of thinking about different things that we can do. He's very in his head about this because it's the situation is very frustrating, and he's kind of wringing his hands and thinking over and over again how to fix this. His heart here, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. He really does want to be able to manage the usability. This is a terrible word, but the usability of his hand and his neck. So we're going to put those guys right up here. Just put those there. So here, let's take a look at the spine. And so we've got the neck here. This is like mid back, and this is like lower back. He has fasciitis. I don't know what that is. So should I look it up? Should I look up fasciitis? I'm going to look it up. I'm just looking it up. So I got plantar. Oh, in the feet. Oh, okay. So here, I'm going to introduce you to Come on, open it. There we go. Copy. Sue, I want you to go to that website and you can watch her videos, Ashley Black. She's got a bunch of videos on YouTube. She's got a bunch of products. I have a million of her products. I have a million of the fascia blasters. I use it on my face. I use it on my body. I use it on my feet. I do have the blaster pod, but it needs to go in for a repair. It's specifically for your feet. I got it when it pre-launched, so it's pretty old. I don't know if they're going to repair it for me, but nonetheless. So here we've got this is the connection to the hand, which is our judgment card in reverse. So you're right. The signal's not getting to where it needs to get to. Here, the mid back, there's some support that needs to be done in the torso. Anybody that has back issues, if they strengthen their core, typically gets that back together. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physiotherapist. I'm not a workout specialist. If I was, I wouldn't be chunky. But, I know me personally, I have very, very weak abs, especially after having Angus. Between surfing and skateboarding, I never had abs because I like to eat fat and carbs, but, I did have a stronger core. And as I got older, that weekend when I had Angus, I had the abdominal rheostasis. My muscles came apart in my stomach, and they never really went back together the way they should have. Of course, insurance doesn't cover anything to fix that. Plastic surgeons can repair that muscle damage, but they charge about $15,000 for it. So, so the mid part, increasing the core strength may have some benefit to this, but I'm seeing that the problem really originates lower. Oh, holy shit. Did I hit on something? How come everyone's saying, oh my gosh, what's going on? What? Now I'm freaking out. I don't know what's happening. I'm in the basement. I hope it's nothing up top, like there's aliens landing or anything like that. So here with this world card in reverse, what I went through. Oh yeah, that's you know what? That's normal. The abdominal rheostasis, if you look it up, that happens to a lot of women when they get pregnant, and the muscles will go back together. Just sometimes they don't knit back together the way that they're supposed to. And I didn't have a cesarean or anything like that with him. I had a normal birth with him. So, it's no big deal. Believe me, what I put this body through, it's been through a lot. But there's something about the lower section of his spine. The lower section of the spine is kind of where all of this originates. So if he does the Dr. Joe meditation, I have a feeling he's going to coordinate all of those energy centers. So the energy centers will kind of align the spine and help out with some of that. He's going to have some issues with the leg on the same side. So I don't know if that's the plantar fasciitis that you were talking about, but it's the same side. So using the fascia blaster and following Ashley Black, it may be something that helps you guys. Like it may help both of you. You never know. My husband thought I was nuts when I got it. And I got it for pain, not for, it removes, it reduces the look of cellulite too, the Ashley Black. But no, I'm not sponsored by her or anything. I think she's great. But working that fascia, the fascia is, and again, I'm not an expert on this, but the fascia, when you make chicken, that white stuff, the white membrane that you pull off, that's actually fascia. And so as we get older, the fascia will dehydrate and get more brittle, and it tightens up, and that's why you see the cellulite poking through. So that it's actually the fat cells that are trying to poke through that membrane, the mesh that's there. So the fascia blaster, what it does is it gets more blood moving to it. You warm it up in the shower, you warm it up in a sauna, and then the fascia blaster will unknot those and reduce them, reduce the tightness, just like you would unknot your hair. Very, very cool. If you want, Ashley Black is adorable, and she is a physiotherapist, I think was her original title. She was a sports medicine therapist, and she developed this tool for her professional athletes that she was working on. And then one of the athletes, his girlfriend, used it and said, "Hey, it reduced my cellulite." And so she started experimenting with that. And now she's got like a whole universe of products. There's a new one, a little paddle that's really cool. That I think she was having an 80% off sale not long ago. So there, you can get a few things for pretty inexpensively right now. So I would jump on that if I were you. And she delivers pretty quick. Their customer service is actually really, really great. So that's what I would do. Now, the other side, the opposite side of where he has the injuries is compensating. Remember I said, the systems for you were, one was going to kind of take over and kind of weaken all the others because it's doing all the extra duty. That's what's happening right now. The other side is compensating for the weak and injured side for him. So he has to be careful. He's got to get that balance back in play and treat what's going on. If you get the face blaster, it's the little tiny one that you can use on your face. You can use that on your feet. I've used mine on my feet. So that may help. But she's got a lot of protocols for plantar fasciitis specifically. I did them. So I hope that helps, sweetie pie. I hope it helps my friends up there in Canada. And I think it's still pretty cold up there. So, Debs, how are you, sweetie? We still have to do our 13th class. I know we had to reschedule it. My life got a little crazy with dog sitting and band stuff. We're almost done with band season. Angus came in first again over the weekend. So things are going great. They have Worlds in 2 weeks. So exciting stuff is happening with my baby boy. So thank you so much, Sue, for your donation. And I'm going to get out of here because it's been an hour and a half and I have no idea what I'm making for dinner. So I have to figure out what I have to get ready for dinner. And I'm down in the basement again because we haven't had any tremors. I thought we had one yesterday, but everyone in my house thinks I'm being really paranoid. Tal, I don't know quite how that works. You guys aren't going to see any of it at all. Like we're going to see, there's going to be partial here. I have Eclipse glasses someplace. I have no idea where they are. I don't know what it is. A dungeon, Grumpy. I am in a dungeon. It's a man cave. I'm in a man cave, which I really would like to start tearing things apart down here and making it a bit more man cavey because my husband just kind of throws things all over the place and it's a little crazy down here right now. So I want to make a bar down here. Not as cool as your bar, Grumpy. Grumpy Sapper has one of the coolest bars I've ever seen. I want to go on vacation and go hang out in his bar. I'll lay some money down for that. But listen, everybody, have a great Eclipse day. I hope nothing happens. I know we've done the remote view on what was going on. We saw some cool stuff, Greg and our friend Mike and I. But hopefully this is just going to be a normal day and people aren't going to act like idiots and run amok. It's poker night over. Are we doing a poker night? Yeah, I think we should do a poker night. Oh, all invited. Love poker. There's no way I don't have a poker face at all. So, you're getting 77%. So yeah, Tal, I think it really depends on how close you are to it. So that path of totality is kind of going by us, but not really. I don't even know what the percentage is. But I'm exhausted and I got to make some food for dinner tonight. And I have no idea what that is. So I've got to defrost something. All right, all. I will see you later. If I'm not too tired, maybe I'll go live later and we'll do this again. I'll do some celebrity stuff. So have a great day. Great rest of your day. Great eclipse. See y'all later.